Chemiluminescence Immunoassay Analyzer.
Immunoassays are tests based on the specific binding that occurs between an antibody and the antigen that it specifically recognizes. Multiple methods are available for immunoassays. The predominant ones used are ELISA and chemiluminescence immunoassay.
Chemiluminescence immunoassays are used to estimate those analytes which have extremely low concentrations in the blood, such as hormones, serological markers, and drugs. Chemiluminescence immunoassay is a method to determine the concentration of samples according to the intensity of the luminescence that a chemical reaction emits. The following reaction sequence illustrates the basic principles of a reaction.
The microparticle reagent is mixed with the patient or control sample. These microparticles are paramagnetic and coated with captured molecules.
The reaction mixture incubates and the analyte present in the sample binds to the corresponding capture molecules on the microparticles, forming the immune complex. A magnet attracts the paramagnetic microparticles, now bound to the specific analyte, to the wall of the reaction vessel. Washing at this stage removes all unbound materials. A chemiluminescent acridinium labeled conjugate is now added, which binds to the immune complex to complete the reaction mixture. After a period of incubation, the reaction mixture is again washed to remove unbound materials. Pre-trigger is added next. The pre-trigger creates an acidic environment to prevent early release of energy or light emission. Trigger solution is now added to complete the reaction. The resulting chemiluminescent reaction is measured as relative light units. A direct relationship exists between the amount of antigen or antibody in the sample and the relative light units detected by the system optics.
The generated signal in RLUs is directly proportional to the concentration of analyte and is computed accordingly.
Fully automated equipment usually have a high throughput of about 100 tests per hour and have a walkaway feature. The samples can be loaded in the primary sample tubes with positive identification. These types of analyzers are computer controlled and can easily be connected to the lab information system for increased data management capabilities. The system is capable of detecting various analytes such as viral hepatitis markers, thyroid gland function markers, cardiac function markers such as troponin T, metabolites such as vitamin B12. We will illustrate thyroid stimulating hormone as an example of an analyte. Components. Most chemiluminescent immunoassay machines have the following main components. Processing center. The processing center is the main activity area of the processing module. Samples and reagents are dispensed and mixed into reaction vessels in the process path where assay processing is performed. A probe, which is common for reagents and samples. The probe is supported by the syringe assembly for aspiration and dispensing. The washing unit, which is supported by a washing pump. Processing center is a covered circular track that provides incubation temperatures, liquid aspiration, and wash points as necessary for the assay protocol. Disposable reaction vessels. Reaction vessels are different in different analytical systems. Some systems have pre-coated reaction vessels with either antigens or antibodies coated on the reaction vessel. If an antigen is to be detected in a sample, then the corresponding antibody will be coated and vice versa. The reaction vessel is dropped into the reaction vessel loader and hopper assembly, which provides onboard storage for reaction vessels and transports them into the process path. The System Control Center is a computer system that provides software interface to the immunoassay system and can provide an interface to a host computer. From the System Control Center, you can configure the system, enter patient control and calibration orders, review patient results, control data, calibration results, etc. The Supply and Waste Center is the onboard storage area for bulk solutions and waste. Wash Buffer Storage Area provides onboard storage of wash buffer. The Waste Storage Area provides a storage area for the solid waste container that holds used reaction vessels and the liquid waste container. These containers are accessed by sliding out the waste drawer. The Sample Handler is a transport system used for loading calibrators, controls, and patient samples and presenting them to the processing module. Reagents. The basic reagents are microparticle solutions, conjugate solutions, diluent, pre-trigger, and trigger solutions. Sample requirements. Samples can be processed on the system in primary sample tubes, Aliquot tubes, or reaction cups. Adequate sample volume is important to get reliable assay results. Sample cup volume is the combination of sample cup dead volume and sample volume of the ordered assays, which is usually specified by the reagent manufacturer on the package insert or reagent application sheet. For this machine, the sample cup dead volume is 50 microliters. Primary tube volumes. When using primary tubes, determine if your equipment has a cap piercing mechanism. If not, then remove any tube closures and verify from the user manual the column of sample that should be available above the clot, gel separator, or plasma or red cell interface. For this machine, the column of sample above the clot should be 8 mm. Aliquot tube volumes. When using Aliquot tubes, remove any tube closures and verify adequate sample is present in the tube. Use the sample gauge label on the sample carrier to verify at least 8 mm of sample is present in the tube. Requirements for handling specimens. Follow all usual precautions for collecting blood by venipuncture to avoid specimen hemolysis. See the reagent package insert for detailed assay-specific information about specimen collection, preparation, and storage. Consider all clinical specimens, reagents, controls, and calibrators that contain human source materials as potentially infectious.
Thank you for choosing Medical Laboratory Scientist. We request all medical laboratory community to please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for your cooperation and support.